Hey, Mr. Miyagi style. Hey guys, yesterday I did so turn on my music here. I did a video on the new Insta360 Studio version 5.0 release that came out yesterday. Added a lot of improvements to the actual app, and I had mentioned a couple things comparing it to CapCut, which is the other video editor that I use for quick output and for social media platforms. Some of you have kind of asked me about this, and some of you have gone and downloaded CapCut and started using it. And you'll notice that once you get this application, right now I'm using exclusively the Insta360 Studio and then the CapCut. There are some features in CapCut that the Insta3 Studio doesn't have, and I mentioned that in the last video. And I would love to see Insta Studio kind of integrate some of these features that CapCut has, right? That would make it the perfect all-in-one video editing software. You don't have to go out of the scope of video editing unless you're getting into more color grading, that kind of thing, and more advanced video cinematography, that kind of stuff. Then you're looking at Premiere or DaVinci and that kind of higher end type of editing software. So I'm going to go through a couple things here, and you'll see on the screen here, this is basically the CapCut interface, and you'll notice that looks very similar to the Insta360 Studio. You have a timer at the bottom. You have these splicing tools, the back tool. There's a couple of things added, especially on the top here. You'll see some more options on the top, and I'll go through only a couple. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to kind of focus on the main areas of CapCut, which I found amazing for everyday use and for me to create videos for social platform. And you also see there's some buttons down here, which is the magnet tool, the snapping tool, and so on. So very similar to, again, to Insta360 Studio. They did add the microphone, which I'll show you on this, which is the voiceover microphone, which is kind of really cool for CapCut. So I'll go through this really quickly. Do I have my mic on? Yes, I do. Wasn't sure. I've got an extra mic here. First and foremost, I'm going to bring in the first thing is the video editing tools itself. What I mean by that is the sort of that the light to intermediate color grading for your videos. For somebody who don't have any knowledge, skills, or money, or the software, or the PC to buy Premiere or DaVinci. DaVinci does have a free version, but it's very limited. To do all the serious color grading or just quick color grading, you have to have those tools, and you have to have the knowledge to do it. And if you ever seen a video of me doing DaVinci, it's quite, the screen is quite intimidating. It's very frustrating because there's stuff everywhere that you have to kind of look at. Whereas CapCut Insta360 Studio app is very simple. It's laid out very simple for people who have very basic knowledge and want to get their videos out quickly to social media or to their friends and share it and that kind of thing. Now, first and foremost, you'll see on here, I'm going to import a video in. This is the video, same video that I took of me doing a driving on my dashboard. This is the Ace Pro, and it's in flat mode. And I usually shoot in flat mode, and I'll just do some color grading. The flat mode is actually pretty good by itself. If you put it on the normal mode, I actually do automatic color processing, which does a really good job. I do find it sometimes a little too vibrant or too saturated. Depends on your lighting, right? But I'll typically shoot in flat mode. So this is the just fast forward. I'll turn the sound down a little bit here. So it's relatively boring. I'm just going to go to where I start moving here. So you'll see the slice tool on top here. Okay, so at the Insta3 Studio, they had the slice beginning and slice end. Same idea. They have a few more tools on here. I won't get into that. You can actually rotate, align, that kind of stuff. It's got a little bit more detailed tools, but a lot of it don't really use in a normal situation. The other thing I do really like is I don't know, I didn't really test this out. I don't think you can do it, but I'll try it out anyways. And it's a 360 Studio app. Is the rotation tool and cropping and resizing. So technically, I can actually bring in another. Let's say if I bring in another video, I'm just gonna bring in my I don't know, who knows, my hover video from for my hovercraft, the X1. Okay, so you'll see that I have the hover video here, right? So when it plays, it just continues on and it just plays and it goes on to this video. Now, what I can do is I can superimpose my video on top of another, meaning that I can take this video, I can drop it on top, right, on the front here, let's say. Now I can't see it, right, because my forefront is this this video right here. Now, let's say if I want to put this video as a window on top. So if I want to put this video, so right now this video is cropped in as landscape. So it's actually overriding the car video, dash car. So if I move it, you'll see it all switches over, right? What I want to do is I want to create a window in window display, meaning that I want to play both video at the same time, and I want to put my hover video as a small window. So what I can do is I can go to my hover video and I can actually resize this. So I can take this window and I can actually make it smaller, resize, and I can put it in a corner. Okay, which is really cool. So now I can play both videos at the same time. So it'll play simultaneously the both videos.
All right, it's not recording.
So you can see where you can put picture in picture. That's what I was trying to get at, not window in window. So picture in picture. So you can do things like for like a front view, and then you have, like I did with my my drone, where I have me the drone filming me, and I have my Ace Pro filming this way. So you can actually do dual screen this way. So this is kind of, I don't think you can do this with the Insta360 Studio. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't try it, so I might go back and give it a crack and see if it does the same thing. If you can do the same thing, and you can crop as well, so you can resize, crop, go into this video, you can go into edit, crop ratio, and it'll actually do free ratio, so I can crop in this way. I can only play just me on here and then confirm, and here I am right there, but I've got this at let's see, 100%, crop it in, and you'll see me playing like. So I can just crop in on that video and just have me doing this, right? So there's so many more editing options you can do with this CapCut, which I don't think you can do with the Insta360 Studio, and I would love to see them implement this in future updates. Actually, the most important part of this is actually the color grading. So when I click on a video, it's gonna, if you look on the right hand side, there's a whole bunch of options here. Right, I can just scroll through and you can adjust speed, animation. Like I can speed up this process. Take this video, I can go let's say 10 times, right? And you'll see this shorten real quick. Let me just expand this a little bit, and then I'm gonna play. So this is the video at 10 times the speed. So you'll see that it's going really fast, right? So things like that I can do, special effects. So there's a lot more editing tools for your video. The biggest one I like is the adjustment tool. So when you get into adjustment tool, this is the one I was talking about that which Insta360 had, is the ability to change, you know, saturation. Like this one, look at the tools on this. Like this is amazing for a free tool. You have like temp, tint, saturation, exposure, highlights. You can even do clarity, particles, fade, vignette. Like it's so versatile, this tool. It's quite amazing what they've created. I hope they keep this free, because this is a phenomenal. This is also available for your phone. Now this is my favorite part. You'll see on the top here there's LUT. Okay, LUTs is basically what it stands for. It stands for lookup tables. It's actually preset color profiles that people have created to add effects or color grading to your existing video. Okay, I use it exclusively for Premiere. I use it for DaVinci as well. It's so much easier than playing with these settings here. It basically takes away from playing with these settings. And everybody has LUTs. Like DJI has LUTs for their drone because every camera films differently, and the color tables are different for every camera. So if you get a LUTs from DJI, it's designed for a specific device, like their drones or the cameras and that kind of thing, and it will actually color grade almost instantly by just using a LUT. Okay, so you don't have to go in and play with all these sliders and stuff like that. You can if you want to. If you want to add some different effects or saturate a little bit more or desaturate a little bit more, then you would go into these sliders and make those fine-tuning adjustments. But I'll show you an example. So when I drop down the window, I have literally hundreds of LUTs. I don't have as much on this one. I have to import them in. They're just files that you import in. And my DaVinci has literally like 600 LUTs that I use. But like if as I'm moving through the LUTs, you'll see my image change throughout on the panel, right? So that's the sample of those what those LUTs do to the picture, right? There's hundreds, and the ones that I use are usually the DJI stuff. So when you move away from it, you'll see when it's not highlighted, you'll see the before, and then when you go to it, you'll see the after. See the change, right? The one I use is usually this one right here because it gives a nice, more truer color, gives a better dynamic range. This one is also very good. Okay, the Rec 709 is actually pretty good, and this one's it's a little bit. So if you move away from this, you'll see the before, and then you'll see the after. So which one looks bad? That one looks a little bit more dark. This one looks a little bit more contrasty. And there's like tons. You can get into polarized effects. You can do. I have LUTs for underwater as well. Like underwater, if I'm doing underwater, and it's a lot very green or very blue. I can change. I can use this underwater and actually color grade it almost instantaneously, which is phenomenal. So it saves so much time. I remember back in the days when I had to do this manually in Photoshop or Premiere, right? But it's so much easier. So let's just implement the Rec 709, and when I play it, the LUTs is already added into the video, right? So it's already made the change. So you look at it right now, it looks a little bit more contrasty, a little bit more detailed, a little nicer. Okay, so that's one of the big things I wish Insta360 Studio would have is to incorporate LUTs, because it's so easy for end users to use. Like any dude or dudette can just jump on CapCut, import the video in, go into just click on the video, go into adjustments, pull down, and just you have to import the LUTs, right? And you can do that through over here, which is adjustments, okay? And you'll see LUT, and you can actually see import. So these are all the LUTs that I have installed, okay? But you can import your own, right? A normal person just jump in, do this. Okay, I want to color correct. You know, this simplifies because we're always chirping about 8-bit, 10-bit, and people who are oh, I color grade, can't color grade, and it's useless without color grading. Well, you can color grade. You can color grade anything, really, if you think about it, right? The only difference between an 8-bit, 10-bit is you're just pushing more colors, right? Especially when you're getting into more solid surfaces or the sky, which is the worst for banding and that kind of stuff, right? But if you're using the Ace Pro camera, it actually does takes away banding very well in real time. It actually in real time will deband your video before it puts it on the SD card, which is phenomenal for that camera, and that's part of that AI and 5 nanometer chip, right? But for any camera, like I have a DJI original, which it's not 10-bit. I can I can color grade very easily, right? Or even from your phone, like a lot of people shoot videos on their phone and they want to be able to put it on TikTok, they want to put it on YouTube or whatever. And the colors of, phones are hit and miss, right? With video, some phones do very well with video, some phones don't. And you can actually bring in a phone video that you created and actually use this LUTs and color grade it. And you can pick the color grade that you want that looks the best for you, and then export it that way, which is phenomenal. So this is a great program for beginners who are getting into this kind of media editing, because we're all doing it more and more. We're all putting more stuff on social media platform and that kind of thing, right? And for the person who's not a cinematographer or videographer, this is a simple way of altering and color grading your image. That said, it's that easy. Like, you just saw me do it, and it took me literally 30 seconds to do it, right? And you can just turn it off, and this is your before and after, right? So before, look at the difference. I just basically pull down menu, pick the 709 LUTs from DJI, and it color graded my image. Like, this is perfect. Like, it looks great. It's nice and contrast. This is actually more realistic what it actually looks like in my car. So you could just export it by exporting it on top here, just like the Insta360 Studio app. Now you can get into adjustments, more detailed transitions, which the Studio app has as well. Effects, the Studio app doesn't really have, and you can add, it's pretty neat, you can actually add effects. So you can go to the front, you can add things like this, warp, it'll give you a sample. You can actually warp, you can actually blur out, things like that. This is more social media like candy effects, which is kind of neat. And this one you can do stickers. You can add stickers to this one. Text is the one I'm going to get to in a second. Audio is very similar. Now, the audio was the other thing too. The audio, you'll notice that the 360 Studio app has a similar setup here in terms of like the music, and I'm playing the music, plays a sample, you can download it, add it to the image, right? So let's say I pick this one, piano chill. I'm gonna add it, so now it's added to my timeline. When I play it, it's gonna play the video, just like the Studio app, right? Very similar. This is really designed for social media, so it gets really into the nitty gritty of audio, music, and video. Okay, and it's designed for people who don't have any knowledge, who aren't advanced users, who don't have skills to actually color grade and work with sound. So this is what I really love about CapCut. If you get a chance, this thing is free. It's phenomenal, right? The other thing the last and final thing I'm gonna get into is text. Now in Studio app, you can also add text to your. And this shows an example, right? So let's say if I add this in here, I'm just gonna go over here, beginning, add, and I'm gonna change my text. Cap. Oop, cap. Oop, what am I doing here? Oh, sorry, I'm over here. This one has a little bit more text editing. The one that's in the Studio app, the new text adding is, you're kind of limited. This one you can change you can change font size, you can change font type, you can do spacing. There's full paragraph implementation and editing. You can do centering, positioning, rotate, opacity. You can add stroke, background shadow, etc., which you can't really do with the Studio app. It's very basic, which is fine. I think they'll probably make that a little bit more advanced in the future, add a little more features to it. This one also has the animation. I can pick my animation on how this comes in. That's cool. If you want to add that little added spiff to the video, it has this option, right? The text to speech is really cool. So I'm going to record a small segment here. So I'm going to hit the record button, and I'm just going to record. Let me count down. So this is a voiceover option. It allows me to record voice onto my video. So if I'm doing commentating or whatever, this is a perfect feature. And I wish that the Studio also implemented this part. Now that added, I'm gonna turn this off now, the recording. So it's added the text. You'll see at the bottom here, it added a WAV file, the voiceover here. You see it? So I'm going to have to get rid of this music so you can actually hear it. So I'll play it and you can listen. This is a voiceover option. It allows me to record voice onto my video. So if I'm doing commentating or whatever, this is a perfect feature. Okay, so I've recorded a segment of my voiceover onto my video. It automatically puts on my video. So as I'm playing my video, the voice plays, right? So very cool. I wish that the Studio would do this as well. And I'm sure it'll come later on. And if I click on the voice file at the bottom here, look at the top right hand corner. Look at the amount of editing tools that I have with the recorded voice. I can change my voice.
This is a voiceover option. It allows me to record voice onto.
This is a voiceover option. It allows me to. This is a voiceover option. It allows. This is a voiceover option. This is a voiceover option. So pretty neat, right? It can change. It allows me to. I should change the voice filters. You can have characters. So trickster. This is one I use for one of my videos. It's pretty neat. Is it working here?
This is a voiceover option that allows me to record voice onto my video. So if I'm
this is a voiceover option. So you can add voice characters, that kind of stuff onto it. And you can change your speed as well. So that's another option that I really love, the voiceover options. Now here's the other cool thing with this CapCut. So let's say if I want to do closed caption. I've recorded my voice. Now, instead of typing all the stuff that I just said out into my video, I can actually go up to the top left. You'll see on the top left, there's auto captioning. Okay, so when I click on auto caption, you look at down here, I can pick the language that I want my voice to be translated into. So obviously, I'll do English. That's pretty cool that you can do different languages, right? I've never really tried the other ones. I've always done English, so I don't know what the other ones. Now, accuracy on this is really depending on your, like, I slur some of my words sometimes, being an Asian and all. So it depends, right, and how it picks up your voice. I would say accuracy for the voice to text or speech to text is probably about 95%, which is pretty good. So once I'm done that, I'm going to click on create. And it doesn't take very long to do this. Like I've done probably 10, 15, 20 minutes of speech, and it picks it up pretty good. Now I would still have to go back and proof the text that it's converted just to make sure, because there is that 5% that's off a little bit, and sometimes it's kind of wacky how it does it, right? But majority of it is right. And you'll see that it's creating the captions right now. Okay, so it's done. So you'll see on top here, it's got a bunch. Oh, I did the whole video. That's why it took so long. Usually it doesn't take this long. I should have just I just deleted the sound from my Drove. So it did the whole video, even the sound. I don't know what it's picking up, but the majority of it is in this voice right here, right? So when I play this, you're gonna see captioning. This is a voiceover option. It allows me to record
see the
bottom voice onto my video. So if I'm doing commentating or whatever, this is a perfect feature. And I wish that the studio. It's pretty neat. So it'll actually create subtitles for you by doing speech to text, which is really cool. Now I can do one step further. If I click on one of this text, and I can go here and I can change the look of my text. I can change like different fonts, themes, that kind of stuff, right? And I can also implement it just treats it like text. And I can also implement that animation and that kind of stuff with it. The neat thing is, I like this one, you can do AI characters. So let's say if I want to do this, you can't do with Insta360. Look at the right. If I go to AI character, I can.
Hey, good to see you.
I can actually pick an individual to like have like a person talking, an AI person talking. So let's pick this dude in the it allows me to record voice.
Good to see you.
Okay. So if I pick this guy and what do I do here? Oh, add. I don't know how long this is gonna take. Here we go. To generate him. This is pretty cool. So I'm playing this, and I only picked that segment, so he's gonna come on.
To record voice onto my video.
Oh, did it work? Oh, he's still compiling. Perfect. I think he's still compiling. Oh, here he's done. So watch him. He's actually talking. Voiceover option.
That allows me to record voice onto my video.
Isn't that wild? Like you can do stuff like this with this very simple application, but like there's so much more to this. Like I've been exploring this app over and over and over again, and I just keep finding new stuff, and they keep having new updates, and they're adding new features to it. So it's quite phenomenal, this app. But anyways, that's the things I wanted to point out with this app compared to the Insta360 Studio app. And I'm hoping that Insta360 Studio will implement some of these features onto their program, because it looks very much like CapCut, their interface. And Insta360, if you're watching this, you have that last update was phenomenal, great job. And here are some things that I would love to see in the newer updates, updates for the studio. I think it would be very useful for content creators, and I think that's what your goal is for this for that Camera Ace Pro is for content creators, right? So why not have an app like CapCut that are designed for content creator, as well as people who just want to, do simple color grading, voiceovers, sound, that kind of stuff. But anyways, have a good one. Ciao. Respect.